Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here we are seeing the description of the daughters of Swayambhuva Manu. So one of them, Akuti. Akuti was handed over to whom? Anyone remembers? Ruchi, Prajapati Ruchi. So now here we are seeing, Prajapati Ruchi, she was offered with one condition, that the child born to them, the son born to them, because Swayambhuva Manu knew the Supreme Lord, he will be incarnating as the son of Akuti. So he had put a condition during marriage that after the son is born, he should be given back to me. So that was the desire of Swayambhuva Manu. And very fortunately, not just one son, a daughter was also born together. So happily, Prajapati Ruchi handed over his son Yajna to Swayambhuva Manu and kept his daughter Dakshina along with him. And in previous verses we saw how they were none other than Lord Vishnu himself and Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. So later they were married, and that's the thing what we are seeing in today's verse. Tam kamayanam bhagavan uvaha yajusham patihi. So that goddess of fortune who was born as Dakshina, she desired to marry the Supreme Lord, Yajusham Patihi. And then Tushtayam Toshamapanno. And she was very pleased or very much desiring to have the Lord as her husband and to give great pleasure to her. The Lord married her and Ajanayat Dvadashatmajan. And they gave birth to Dvadasha Atmajan, 12 children. So that's what it is being said here. And very interestingly, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada describes about an ideal husband and an ideal wife. Ideal husband, ideal wife, which is very rare to find in this material world. If at all they are there, maybe externally if we see someone, ideal wife, ideal husband, so to whom they are compared to? Lakshmi Narayana, yes, because the Supreme Lord Narayana and Mother Lakshmi, they are ideal husband and wife. And the reason also it is said, when will the ideal situation come? When the husband is satisfied with his wife, and when the wife is satisfied with the husband. This is very rare. The husband to be satisfied. This Chanakya Pandit says, if at all it happens like this, And there, wherever the wife and the husband are satisfied family life, there the goddess of fortune will reside. And wherever there is disagreement between husband and wife, goddess of fortune won't reside in such places. So, these are some ideal things we are hearing. And very clearly Prabhupada says at the end, in the end of the purport, that in Kali Yuga, there are no ideal husbands and wives. There are no ideal husbands and wives. So what is the result of that? There is unwanted progeny. The whole world, a hellish situation will be created. Like recently we were hearing Srila Prabhupada's classes, the Bhagavad Gita, the first chapter. Arjuna goes on giving a lot of arguments that if this fight takes place, all these great warriors, they'll be killed. What will happen to their wives? Kulastriyaha, Dharmanashtaha, and Jayate Varna Sankaraha. Varna Sankara population it will give rise to. And as a result of that, all kinds of social welfare activities will be spoiled. So with Varna Sankara population, children are not taken care of. They are not trained, educated. Then that will lead to lot of disturbance in the society. So it is very important that a nice family system is established wherein the wife is satisfied with the husband and the husband is satisfied with the wife. So now here we should understand how being satisfied means what. Srila Prabhupada in the purport he says, ideally in the Vedic civilization, women were being trained to be satisfied in all conditions, and the husband, according to Vedic instruction, is required to please the wife with sufficient food, ornaments and clothing. Nice food, nice clothing and ornaments. And with these simple things, the wife used to be satisfied. But today, like Srila Prabhupada, how he was explaining, like we can recollect, in Bombay, during 50 years back, Srila Prabhupada was narrating, there will be a man, early in the morning he wakes up and he travels by that tram car or whatever trains, local trains, fully jam-packed. 2 to 3 hours he has to travel to his office workplace, and from morning till evening he'll be engaged in his hard work in his office, and evening again he has to travel all the way back 2 to 3 hours in that jam-packed whatever conveyances what they have, and after coming back he may have some little food and he'll indulge in sex life and go to bed. This is his life. The Bhagavatam says, which is that verse, Divacharte hayarajan kutumba bharanenava nidraya hriyate naktam vyavayena chavavayaha. Divacharte hayarajan kutumba bharanenava. Whole day spending earning money, and night have some food, vyavaya life, and then go to sleep. So this is the way the modern civilization, the so-called advanced civilization are training people in. There is no question of spiritual advancement, no discussion or focus towards their upliftment in spiritual life, their connection with God, nothing. Just like animals, they lead their lives. So this is a very unfortunate situation, what we are seeing in Kali Yuga. Another verse in the Bhagavatam says, Shvavid vara hoshtra kharaihi samsutah pashuhu nayat karna pathopeto jatu nama gadagrajaha. Modern man is compared to 4 animals. Shva meaning dog, Vidvaraha to a pig, stool-eating hog, and Ushtra, camel, and Khara, a donkey. So these specific animals are selected to compare a modern day man. In that purport, very beautifully Srila Prabhupada writes, why he is compared to a dog? Why? Because just like a dog cannot stay independently without a master. The dog is always inclined to have a master. So just we see some people just keep walk around and simply the dog will follow you and throw some bits of bread or some pieces of food towards it. It becomes very faithful to you. Whatever you say, it will do. So that's the nature of dog, being loyal to its master. So likewise, a modern day man, he cannot live independently. He is completely dependent on machinery, industry, technology. He has to go for work, to work with all that iron and machinery, with all kinds of sound and whatnot, in that whatever hellish situation. He cannot live otherwise. He cannot maintain himself otherwise. So he goes there, works very hard, and what's the result? At the end of the month, few currency notes are thrown at his face, and he is very satisfied with that. Just like the dog, few bread pieces you throw, eating that, the dog is very happy. So this is the way a modern educated man is being trained. Not athato brahma jignasa, to make enquiry into his existence, about his future, about spirit soul, about God, his connection with God, search for eternal happiness. None of these things. So modern day family life has degraded so much. Now, just I was searching through the Bhagavatam, whether somewhere I could get to explain about some ideal husband and wife. Okay, of course, Lakshmi and Narayana, we have heard they are the Supreme Lord, Goddess of Fortune. There is no disagreement between them. Mother Lakshmi is very satisfied just by whatever serving the feet of Lord Narayana. So that's the thing what we hear. But any other examples I was searching through, I found the example of Kashyapa Muni and his wives, which is very, very suitable, especially for a modern day, more specifically like devotees. If at all devotees want to marry, it is recommended for them that yes, a married life, grihastha life can be led, but keeping the Lord in the center by performing kirtan, by performing like deity worship, doing Krishna Katha. Through all these things, the husband and wife together should be engaged in these activities related to the service of the Lord and thus be satisfied. Otherwise, through material expectations, see the way a modern day man, just to earn his minimum livelihood, Prabhupada is telling like 3 things: food, clothing and ornaments. The husband gives to the wife and the wife is satisfied. In the modern day world, even to afford these simple things, it is not so easy. He has to struggle like anything, work like a donkey. That's the situation we are in now. On the other hand, the wives, will they be satisfied with little food, clothing and ornaments? No. They want more and more and more. Money is not sufficient. So they are also ready to work. They should also work. They should also earn money. And they also want to be independent. So all these topsy-turvy situations we are seeing today. Now, in a devotee's life, say, okay, from the viewpoint of the husband, he has the intention, he is a devotee, a sadhaka. He has the intention to make his family life satisfied. What to do? All his expectations may not be met, but still somehow or the other we have to bring Krishna in the center. So here I'll be narrating 3 instances from the Bhagavatam wherein it serves as a great lesson for us, great instruction for us, how we can dovetail different propensities with the husband or with the wife, somehow connecting that with the Supreme Lord, so that the end result will be good. That's what we'll be trying to see now. And it's not that, okay, we are not grahasthas, brahmacharis, this may not apply to us. No, for us also, everyone. Because there is a brahmachari community, whatever, there again, we have to relate with people, many people staying together. So, how, somehow or the other, we may make mistakes, different propensities are there, desires are there. How if we keep the Supreme Lord in the center, all those things will be somehow managed, adjusted. 3 instances I'll be speaking of now. The first instance is of Kashyapa Muni with his wife Aditi. So Kashyapa Muni is a son of Marichi. He has got many wives, and Aditi, through her are born the Devatas. What happened once when Bali Maharaj, he was almost defeated by the Devatas and almost dead. But somehow his spiritual master, Shukracharya, the teacher of the Asuras or the Rakshasas, so he revived Bali Maharaj, and Bali Maharaj, after that performing austerities, and then finally by the mercy of his spiritual master, who gave him one nice armor which was undefeatable. So with that, Bali Maharaj again gathered his army and went and attacked the heavenly planets, Amaravati, the capital city of Indra. So at that point of time, Indra, looking at Bali Maharaj's strength, he consulted his spiritual master Brihaspati, who said, "Now my dear Indra, you along with your forces, you cannot face the strength of Bali. Then what should we do? The best thing now is just leave the place. Otherwise it is sure nobody can stop Bali now, and he'll come and attack and he'll capture you." So immediately Indra, along with all the Devatas, they became invisible. They escaped from that place, they became invisible. And Bali came and captured the heavenly kingdom. So lot of time passed, many years passed. So all Indra's mother, Devata's mother Aditi, she was very morose. She became very sad looking at her children's condition, or where they have gone now. They are hiding somewhere, they have become invisible, their kingdom is lost. This gave a lot of pain to Devatas, their mother Aditi. And like this, lot of time went on. At that point of time, Kashyapa Muni had gone into deep forest to perform austerities, meditation. And after a long time, he comes back to his ashrama. And coming back to the ashrama, he sees the entire place is dull, dark, pale, no activities. And he found very disturbing. What happened to my wife Aditi? Why is she not taking care of these things? And when he saw, he spoke to his wife. And his wife narrated that how that's the plight of her children. And this has caused a lot of grief, distress to her. And then Kashyapa Muni starts preaching to her. He spoke to her in great length regarding the science of soul, how we are not the body but spirit soul. He spoke about karma. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, good or bad. Because of our past deeds, it will unfold. So all these spiritual knowledge, Kashyapa Muni started giving to his wife to make her pacified. But Mother Aditi, she heard all those preachings, lectures from her husband, but it couldn't satisfy her. Looking at her condition, Kashyapa Muni thought over, okay, just by philosophy, she is not satisfied. Okay, he thought, okay, I'll tell you one nice vrata, one nice ritualistic ceremony called as Payo Vrata. For 12 days you practice this, follow this, then you'll be able to please Lord Vishnu and he will be able to relieve you from your distressful condition. And Mother Aditi became very enthusiastic. Yes, please tell me, what is that Payovrata? And she took the instructions from her husband and for 12 days, very vigorously, very strictly, taking up all austerities, she very devotedly performed that Payovrata to satisfy Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Lord. And at the end of the 12th day, the Supreme Lord, being very pleased with Mother Aditi and her devotional service, what she did, and he appeared in front of her. And Mother Aditi begged that she told her son's plight. And the Lord says, do not worry, I am very much pleased with you and your husband Kashyapa, who has performed so much austerities. I personally myself will take birth as your son and give relief to your distress. All the other devatas, your other sons, I will give them protection. The Lord assured her. And in due course of time, Mother Aditi begot whom? Vamana. Vamana was born. The Supreme Lord himself was born to the womb of Mother Aditi as Vamana, and he took charity from Bali Maharaja. Again, that big story is there, and all the three planets, everything were taken back by Vamana, and Indra was reinstated as the king of heaven. So this gave joy to both Aditi and this. See, think like this now. What is the conclusion we can take from this story? See, Mother Aditi, she is not an ordinary woman. Lord appeared in her womb as her son. Means it's not that she is an ordinary woman, she is a great devotee. But still, she had affection to her sons, the 12 Adityas, especially Indra, the eldest among them. And that affection and the way she became very morose, that her sons they have lost their kingdom, this moroseness, sadness gave way or became an immediate cause for the appearance of the Lord as Vamana in her womb. That gave her impetus to follow the Payovrata given by her husband very strictly. And she was able to please the Supreme Lord and perfected her life. So everything, it started from her affection to her sons. So how that affection, by the intelligence, or what we can say, by the instruction of Kashyapa Muni, how he dovetailed that towards the service of the Lord, and thereby, whatever, such a nice outcome happened later. So this is one instance we can remember. Next, again, Kashyapa Muni, along with his another wife, Diti. With Diti, two instances let me narrate. Quickly I'll narrate. So Diti, we know, she is the mother of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Yes. There is one chapter in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The chapter's name is Pregnancy of Diti in the Evening. Very interestingly, this is the name given by Prabhupada to that chapter. Pregnancy of Diti in the evening. It appears very surprising, but just because of Mother Diti's that mistake of desiring to whatever union with her husband in the evening time, which was considered inauspicious, that mistake of her, so much problems it created. Two demons, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, were born and they terrorized the entire world. So that mistake of Mother Diti, how it happened? Just like Kashyapa Muni told her, no, this is not right time. Lord Shiva, along with all of his ghostly associates, will be wandering around. And if he is involved in such whatever sexual activity, this is not the right time. It is against the scriptures. Please wait for some time. But Diti could not control herself. She insisted, and her husband Kashyapa Muni agreed for that proposal. And then immediately after that, they cleansed themselves. Kashyapa Muni sat for meditation, and then Diti, she was trembling with fear. Because she's also a devotee. Some mistakes she has committed. She became very fearful. What have I done? And because of this mistake of mine, I am sure Lord Shiva will be very angry upon us. And what will happen? She became very fearful and approached her husband Kashyapa Muni. And Kashyapa Muni satisfied, no, don't worry. Yes. So there, Kashyapa Muni says how? Like, because of this mistake of yours, two demoniac sons will be born through your womb. And she again became, and those two demons will terrorize the world. They'll whatever afflict, create lot of disturbances from the Brahmanas, and they'll become the cause of their wrath. And she became more worried. Oh, my sons, and they may get Brahmana, Shapa, all those things. What will happen? But Kashyapa Muni pacified her. Don't worry. The Supreme Lord will appear and he will kill your sons. Hearing this, see, anyone telling someone will come and kill your son means the mother, they'll get so much aggrieved. But Mother Diti became happy hearing this. She was thinking, oh, my sons may disturb some Brahmanas and they'll give some shapa or curse and they'll go to hellish life, whatever. That was her fear. But, oh, now the Supreme Lord will appear and he will personally kill my sons. Because she is also aware of the Vedic conclusions. The Lord personally kills someone. Though he may be a demon or an asura, what will happen to them? they'll get liberation, they'll get mukti. So Mother Diti became very happy. Oh, very good. Okay. So there, Kashyapa Muni, he identifies and tells 4 mistakes what Diti did, and he says 6 good qualities what Diti had. So very interesting. Let us see. What were the 4 mistakes, defects in Diti? First thing was her mind was polluted with lusty desire. That's first thing. Second one, she did not give consideration to the time, evening time, auspicious time for performing ritualistic activities for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. She did not give consideration for that. Third, she did not give due consideration for the Devatas. That's a time when Kashyapa Muni tells that Lord Shiva will be coming now. He'll be followed by his associates. So she did not give due consideration for the Devatas. And the fourth one, not following my instruction, that is her husband's instructions. Kashyapa Muni told her, just wait for few moments. But Diti did not listen to her husband. So these are the 4 mistakes what you have done. And then, so as I told you, like Diti was happy that yes, at least the Supreme Lord will appear and kill my sons. And then Kashyapa Muni tells 6 good deeds what Diti had, and because of which a Mahabhagavata will appear as her grandson. Who is that? Prahlada. He says you'll be very fortunate to have a great devotee of the Supreme Lord, a Mahabhagavata who will appear as your grandson. He says these are the good deeds of Diti. He says because of your lamentation. First thing is she lamented. She accepted that she has done a mistake. She lamented. Second one, penitence or repentance we say. I shouldn't have done that. What can I do to nullify it? Is there anything I can do to set it right? Penitence. That's how Prabhupada translates. Third one, proper deliberation. See that momentary some mistakes she did, but she is a good woman, learned, with proper deliberation. Later, she could know what is right, what is wrong. See, all these things we can relate with us also as sadhakas. We may know what is good, what is wrong, but sometimes we may end up committing mistakes. So this good deliberation she had, that Kashyapa Muni is appreciating. And then fourth one, your unflinching faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, as soon as she heard that the Lord will come and kill her sons, she became happy. That shows that the confidence, the faith what she had in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is one. And the last one, so that was fourth one. Fifth one is adoration for Lord Shiva. So they were worshippers of Lord Shiva, and the adoration, respect what they had towards Lord Shiva. And sixth one, the respect what she had, adoration for her husband Kashyapa Muni. She was obedient, subservient, wife, chaste lady. So due to all of these things, he says, one of the sons of your son, that is Hiranyakashipu, his son will be an approved devotee of the Lord, and his fame will be broadcast equally with that of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. See? So this is how, as sadhakas, very great lesson is there for us to learn. We may also, due to our past conditioning, because of our uncontrolled senses, uncontrolled mind, may end up committing some mistakes. But no need to worry. If at all we are in the association of devotees, we are sheltered under a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada, his guidance always we have, somehow or we can, with just these qualities, if we can acquire being devoted to our spiritual master, being whatever proper deliberation, repentance for our mistakes, adoration for other devatas, the Supreme Lord, His associates. See, all of these qualities will help us over a period of time overcome whatever the mistakes we would have done, the reactions what we are supposed to face, and at the end it will create a good situation. Okay, this is one mistake or whatever the conclusion what we saw in Diti's case, and finally she got Prahlada as her grandson. Another instance, maybe with some more time I will take, this is mentioned in the 8th canto. Again what happens? Diti, after Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, they were born and they were killed by the Supreme Lord Himself, who appeared as Varaha and Narasimha. And after her two sons were killed in that way, again for Diti, she became very angry at Indra. She became very envious, and she, because of that Indra, because to protect Indra, to give him back the kingdom, whatever, the Lord appeared and killed my sons. So she became very envious, very angry upon Indra, and she thought, I should beget another son who can kill Indra. That's what the desire what she got. And for that what she did, see again, here we should appreciate Diti. For what she did was, again she approached her husband. And this time she did not tell directly, I want a son to beget or to kill Indra. She spent a lot of time to please her husband through all of her services very nicely. She took care of her husband, tried to please him in all respects. And Kashyapa Muni was very satisfied with the services of his wife Diti. And he asked her, so nicely you have served me, what do you want? Please ask for a boon, what do you want? And then Diti says, I want a son who can kill Indra. And Kashyapa Muni became very sad. Arey, what did I do? You lady, whatever, such kind of a mentality you are having. He became very morose. Arey, what did I do? Okay, anyhow, I have agreed that I will satisfy you with the boon. So he thought over, okay, now I will give you another vrata. And he described to her one Pumsavana vrata. This vrata you follow for 1 year, and at the end of 1 year, your desire will be fulfilled. You will beget a son who will be potent enough to kill Indra. But one condition is there. It's a very serious vrata. If you commit any mistakes in committing that vrata, the opposite will happen. You will beget a son who will become a follower of Indra, a friend of Indra. If you do it properly, you will beget a son who will be potent enough to kill Indra. If you commit any mistakes there, you will beget a son, but who will become a friend or follower of Indra. So, okay, anyhow, I'll do it very nicely, strictly. Please tell me. So Diti took all the instructions from her good husband Kashyapa and Pumsavana vrata, and very strictly she started following it. In fact, that Pumsavana vrata, like all the do's and don'ts are there. You should not eat this kind of onion and garlic, you should not take meat, you should follow regulative principles, you should get up, you should take bath, you should not sleep during evening times, after eating you should wash your mouth, wash your hands and feet, take bath, wear fresh clothes. So all of these instructions Kashyapa Muni started telling. In fact, there it is said, through all these instructions, Kashyapa Muni in a negative way instructed his wife how to become a Vaishnavi, how to become a devotee. Her intention was, I want to beget a son who can kill Indra. I am ready to do whatever it requires. But somehow Kashyapa Muni gave all the rules of a Vaishnava, a devotee of the Lord, and how to worship the Supreme Lord through some specific mantras like Om Namo Bhagavate Mahapurushaya Mahanubhavaya Mahavibhuti Pataye Saha Mahavibhuti Bhir Balim Upaharami, like that, whatever, offering to Lakshmi and Narayana different mantras he gave, and she took it up very seriously, following all rules and regulations for 1 year. And very interestingly, one more thing happens there. Indra came to know about this, that Mother Diti is following this Pumsavana Vrata. For what purpose? To kill me. So what he does, and how is Indra related to Diti? How? Stepmother, aunt or whatever, stepmother, same father. He is also son of Kashyapa Muni through Aditi. Diti, both are courses, whatever, wives of Kashyapa Muni. And Indra went to his whatever stepmother and goes and says, I would like to serve you. And during the entire period of that 1 year, she is following all the rules and regulations, strict austerities, worship of the Supreme Lord. Indra voluntarily went and to assist her in that vrata. He used to go to the forest, bring the firewood, bring flowers, make chandan paste, and all of those, whatever, all that services, menial services, Indra was engaged in. And what was Indra's intention? So that he wanted to see when she will commit mistake. So personally, Indra was there with her in the garb of her servant to serve her, but his only intention was to identify if at all any mistake she commits, so that I can take action. Because he knew if at all some mistake is committed in this vrata, the opposite reaction will happen. So he was waiting, closely observing all the activities of Mother Diti and assisting her voluntarily through all menial services. A lot of time went on and she is perfectly following that vrata. And at one point of time, after many days passed, Mother Diti became little weak because of that whatever, lot of austerities. And in that weak condition, once she had taken her lunch and she took rest without washing her mouth, hands and feet. And it was evening time. She was sleeping, not woken up. And Indra took this opportunity. Yes, now she has broken that rules of that vrata. So Indra entered her body, her womb, and through his thunderbolt, he knew that already she was pregnant and the child is there in her womb. He entered her body in the womb through his thunderbolt, Vajrayudha. He, cut the embryo into 7 parts. He could see golden, very distinct, glowing embryo in her womb. Indra, through his Vajrayudha, cut her embryo into 7 parts. And very surprisingly, the child did not die. There 7 children were born, and all the 7 started crying. Hare, they did not die. So Indra thought. Again he applied his thunderbolt and cut each of those 7 parts into another 7 parts. So total numbering 49. And for his surprise, all 49 children are crying. Indra, why are you killing us? Please don't kill us. We are your brothers. We are your younger brothers. We would like to follow you, assist you. Please don't kill us. All the children are crying in the womb of the mother. And then, after that, after some time, Diti woke up just to see, along with that 49 children, Indra, all those 50 people are there in front of her. She has given birth to. And then, Diti asks, my dear Indra, what happened? So Indra, it is said how both Mother Diti and Indra, both of them were engaged in that Pumsavana Vratam. Very strictly they were following. And both their minds had become purified. Indra narrated the entire story. My dear mother, actually I came here to find out your fault, not for your service. But somehow I was being engaged. Actually, I saw your fault today. So I entered your womb and wanted to kill your child inside the womb. And I did this. But later I realized, because you had worshipped the Supreme Lord, all of your children, they have become devotees. So they are devatas now. So please allow me to take them along with me. They are not demoniac. They are all devatas. And Mother Diti also, her mind was also, yes, my Indra, actually I had performed this sacrifice, this vrata to kill you. Sorry. It's good that all my children now, at least they don't have any asuric tendencies. They are all divine nature now. You can take them along with you. So all those 49 devatas were known as Maruts. So they were born and they went along with Indra. So Indra took care of those 49 Maruts and they were all engaged in the Lord's services. So this is how, like both Indra and Mother Diti, though they had malicious intent, somehow they were put together to perform that Pumsavana Vrata, worship of the Supreme Lord by the instructions of their father Kashyapa, and the end result, both of them were purified in their minds. They were relieved of whatever that envious anger, what was there in their mind, and it gave rise to 49 Maruts, nice devatas who became followers of Indra. So in this way, whatever enviousness, anger, lust, whatever it may be, we are all like sadhakas, how we can apply these principles in our life. We will be filled with all of these unwanted things, but somehow or the other, staying in the association of devotees, being engaged in the service of the Lord, all of these anarthas will be taken care, and at the end result would be that we become purified, and one or the other day we have faith that yes, we become completely purified and become eligible to go back to Godhead. So with this we'll conclude. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki,